Hi all, it's a 10-ton update video on the Scimitar that I'm doing up, the SE5 with the Jag engine. It's the start of 2024, well mid-January 2024, but close enough. So this basically is a quick walk around of the current state of it, so you can see how far it's progressed and see how far I should get with it this year. Anyway, let's go on with it. So you may remember from the last couple of videos, the body hasn't changed much. Pardon a nice low winter sun. So it's still looking like a complete bag of poo. Repair wise, it now has the A-post plates replaced. That's been covered by the site. The Auto-TaT need to close up the hole. I do still need to do the repairs to where the suspension towers bolt, where we've got cracking. Quite a common area on these to fail. Oh yeah, big hole in the floor, that still needs sorting out, and the other side needs doing the same. Transmission tunnel's been enlarged, ready for the new transmission and gear linkage. At some point I've got to decide what I'm doing about the heater. This being an SE5, the heater matrix actually lives under the bonnet, which means I've got a nice big clearance space in there, so I might cut that flush and set it back a bit, maybe incorporate an access panel for the back of the engine where there's much really to access, another heater inside the cabin. A bit of the makeshift roll cage tube simulator that originally helped me dictate where it was going to fit when I did the chassis work. Nice abundance of cobwebs if it's picking it up. New hole at the back here. I've cut the end out of the tray on this side because the new outrigger and chassis in this area has been triangulated, so it needs more clearance. Going underneath. Fish plate from one side is okay. Fish plate the other side is non-existent, I haven't repaired it yet. I've also pulled out, what you can see, the sill reinforcements, which I've got over here, looking pretty sorry for themselves. Internet wisdom states that they're not actually required once the body is assembled, as they're only in a void, so I might replace them with perhaps some carbon tubing, or maybe not even bother. Not really much else to report on the body. So the chassis, mostly complete now. I do still need to prepare for the fittings for the brake and fuel pipes. Wiring loom fully go inside the car this time. Need to drill a couple of holes for seat rail mounts into these box sections, and some holes in these box sections for when it gets galvanised so it doesn't burst. These are the front mounts for the roll cage. Rear mounts are basically the same location as the original seatbelt brackets, but they're made of 3mm plate and reinforced. New outriggers at the back, triangulated 3mm plate, notched into the chassis, hence why I haven't cut the small hole in the back of the body for more clearance on this side. So that's where the rear cage diagonals will attach to. The rest is pretty standard. And moving into the garage. We have the engine, currently with the sump off. Sump sitting over here. So I've had a temperature sensor and boss welded in place. And whilst it's off, I can show off. But if you'll see it, inside there I've got hinged baffles. to help protect against oil surge. Might not need it, but whilst it was off, oops, I had the material, so why not? Using the original X-Type manual gearbox, which is quite low geared, direct drive top, which means I'm going to be very under-geared on the car. So that down there is a 2.87 to 1 ratio Jag IRS diff with LSD, which should fit into the Salisbury axle, except unfortunately this one is the less common Dana version, which doesn't. Ho hum, live and learn. Quattro MX-5 seat, need to get some better ones, but they're good enough for patterning. And yeah, that's about it. I'm about to attack all this lot, dismantle all the suspension so I can get it ready for stripping and powder coating. Much more. Oh, there's a part of the gear linkage. BMW unit cut down. Sporty lightweight flywheel. Not a lot else to say really. So hopefully this year we'll see the chassis finished and hopefully galvanised and painted, if I can get the funds for it, and the suspension assemblies ready to go back on to a point. I don't think I have enough funds to put the nice fancy shock absorbers on yet, but at least if I get it to a rolling stage I'll be happy. There'll be a bit more progress. See what the summer brings. Cheers, doodle pip.